This is CTC News with Wesley Kotar, broadcasting from Sint-Eustatius, Dutch Caribbean. Sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
Trans-Anguilla Airlines introduces its current schedule. Statia to St. Kitts, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Leave Statia at 8:40 a.m. Arrive on St. Kitts at 8:50 a.m. Leave Statia at 4:35 p.m. Arrive on St. Kitts at 4:45 p.m. St. Kitts to Statia, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Leave St. Kitts at 9:10 a.m. Arrive on Statia at 9:20 a.m. Leave St. Kitts at 5 p.m. Arrive on Statia at 5:10 p.m. All flights arriving from St. Kitts continue on to Anguilla with connections to St. Martin's. Do you have important documents or small items to transport to St. Kitts, Anguilla, or St. Martin? Well, inquire about our Transpac services. For further information on all our services, please stop by at our office at FDR Airport or call us at 318-0269. Trans-Anguilla Airways, serving you with a smile.
When she steps in the...
Thinking about building your home or business? Well, you can check us out at CT Creativity. Here we can design or take your design and ideas and add our touch of creativity to architectural drawings and details which will build your future home or business. At CT Creativity, there are two options. Option 1, our basic prints, which includes all floor plans and details with 3D views of the exterior. Option 2, our advanced prints, which includes all floor plans, details, 3D views of the exterior and interior with realistic pictures of the entire property, giving you a direct look into your future. Give us a call at 318-1627 or 318-4664. CT Creativity, where creativity stands out.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
The proposed law BESS electricity and drinking water is currently available for inspection. The proposal describes the regulation of the electricity and drinking water facilities on Bonaire, Sint-Eustatius, and Saba. Civil servants of the Ministries of Economic Affairs and Infrastructure and Environment are currently on the islands to hear the opinion of residents and stakeholders about this. This they are doing as part of the so-called consultation round, which takes place between August 16th and October 7, 2013. The law will affect the drinking water and electricity companies and their clients, including consumers. Therefore, the ministries find it important to hear their opinion about the proposed law. Information regarding this proposed law and the consultation round can also be found on the website www.internetconsultatie.nl. The proposed law and the explanatory note are available in Dutch and English. Reactions are welcome on all parts of the proposed law and the Memorie van Toelichting, especially on the new tariff regulation in which a capacity tariff will be set. The expected impacts on the bill of the different consumer categories will be examined together with the consultation. Reactions from everyone are welcome. The purpose is the regulation of the electricity and drinking water facilities on Bonaire, St. Eustatius, and Saba in consideration of a reliable, affordable, sustainable, and high-quality service that is guaranteed for all consumers. The laws Drinking Water BES and Electricity Concessions BES will be absorbed through this proposed law. The law enforces tasks, requirements, and responsibilities on the electricity and drinking water companies. Insofar as they do not conform to this, they will in time, in consultation with the supervisory body, have to conform. An important aspect regards the regulation of tariffs. The tariffs should be based on the underlying cost. For customers, the new tariff regulation stands out the most. The affordability is pursued by a structural subsidy scheme in the law that is of benefit to customers. Further in local news, on September 1st, the Royal Navy and Coast Guard held an open day at the port from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. There were several demonstrations for visitors, and the public was invited to take a look on board the vessel. Persons interested in participating in the open day were instructed to gather and leave their vehicles behind at the sports field, from where they were being transported to the city pier in the specifically equipped trucks operated by the Marines. The trucks made trips every 30 to 40 minutes to the pier. There were simulation exercises and face painting for the young at heart amongst the visitors. The fire department joined in by giving demonstrations and information. SNAPA gave detailed information concerning their varied activities, and the Royal Dutch Military Police were also present. The road to the harbor was temporarily blocked just before Blue Bead to limit the access of vehicular traffic at the harbor area. Coming up next in regional news, the judge declares DAE officially bankrupt, and Anguilla publishes action plan to prevent misuse of offshore companies and trusts. Details in regional and later international news right after a short break.
Trans-Anguilla Airlines introduces its current schedule. Statia to St. Kitts, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Leave Statia at 8:40 a.m. Arrive on St. Kitts at 8:50 a.m. Leave Statia at 4:35 p.m. Arrive on St. Kitts at 4:45 p.m. St. Kitts to Statia, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Leave St. Kitts at 9:10 a.m. Arrive on Statia at 9:20 a.m. Leave St. Kitts at 5 p.m. Arrive on Statia at 5:10 p.m. All flights arriving from St. Kitts continue on to Anguilla with connections to St. Martin's. Do you have important documents or small items to transport to St. Kitts, Anguilla, or St. Martin? Well, inquire about our Transpac services. For further information on all our services, please stop by at our office at FDR Airport or call us at 318-0269. Trans-Anguilla Airways, serving you with a smile.
When she steps in the
CTC News, sponsored by Beutel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
Curacao-based carrier Dutch Antilles Express was declared bankrupt on Friday morning. The judge in Curacao Court declared the airline bankrupt at 10:40 a.m. Friday, and as such, it no longer can do business as usual. It is expected that the two stages of bankruptcy will now be initiated with the appointment of trustees and an evaluation of the airline's ability to generate capital to pay its debts and creditors under conditions that will be set by law. If this is not possible, it can be expected that the bankruptcy then will move to stage 2, which would involve the liquidation of all of the airline's assets. Following the recent meeting of the G8 summit, the government of Anguilla has published this action plan outlining its commitment enhancing transparency on beneficial ownership of companies and working with the international community to fight the scourge of tax evasion and money laundering. Anguilla's action plan endorses international standards against money laundering, the financing of terrorism and proliferation, tax evasion, corruption, and related criminal activity. Among the proposed actions, Anguilla will conduct and share the findings of a national assessment of money laundering and terrorist financing risk by 2014, coordinating action by the public and private sector to assess risk, apply resources, and mitigate those risks. Further, the government of Anguilla has committed to having public consultation on the issue of corporate transparency with a focus on bearer shares and the ability of competent authorities to assess information on beneficial ownership, including whether this information should be available in a central registry and whether this information should be publicly available. Notably, CFATC has judged Anguilla as fully compliant with regard to transparency and beneficial ownership of legal persons. The OECD noted the availability of a beneficial ownership as a concern, particularly in the case of trusts and foundations. To deal with these concerns, Anguilla has responded by drafting the necessary legislation to ensure that beneficial ownership information is available in all cases. The government of Anguilla will ensure these amendments will be passed into law as quickly as possible. Governor Christina Scott also endorses the action plan. Enhanced transparency is good for investment and good for growth. The action plan shows the government of Anguilla understands this and continues to work closely with the international community to tackle tax evasion, money laundering, and terrorist financing. I commend the Chief Minister and his government for today's commitments. That was it for our local and regional news. And now in international news, life expectancy gap growing between rich, poor world women. Life expectancy for women at 50 has improved, but the gap between poor and rich countries is growing and could worsen without better detection and treatment of cardiovascular disease and cancers, the World Health Organization said on Monday. A World Health Organization study, one of the first to analyze the causes of death of older women, found that in wealthier countries, deaths from non-communicable diseases have fallen dramatically in recent decades, especially from cancers of the stomach, colon, breast, and cervix. Women over 50 in low and middle income countries are also living longer, but chronic ailments, including diabetes, kill them at an earlier age than their counterparts, it said. The gap in life expectancy between such women in rich and poor countries is growing, said the WHO study, part of an issue of the WHO's monthly bulletin devoted to women's health. There is a similar growing gap between the life expectancy of men over 50 in rich and lower income countries, and in some parts of the world, this gap is wider, WHO officials said. In women over 50 years old, non-communicable diseases, particularly cancers, heart disease, and strokes, are the most common causes of death, regardless of the level of economic development of the country in which they live, the study said. Health ministers from the World Health Organization's 194 member states agreed on a global action plan to prevent and control non-communicable diseases at their annual ministerial meetings last May. Developed countries have tackled cardiovascular diseases and cancers in women with tangible results, the World Health Organization study said. Fewer women aged 50 years and older in rich countries are dying from heart disease, stroke, and diabetes than 30 years ago, and these improvements contributed most to increasing women's life expectancy at the age of 50, it said. An older woman in Germany can now expect to live to 84, and in Japan to 88 years, against 73 in South Africa and 80 in Mexico. And that was it for our news stories for this evening. Coming up next, your 3-day weather forecast for Statia, Saba, and the island of St. Martin. Details on local weather conditions right after this.
Trans-Anguilla Airlines introduces its current schedule. Statia to St. Kitts, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Leave Statia at 8:40 a.m. Arrive on St. Kitts at 8:50 a.m. Leave Statia at 4:35 p.m. Arrive on St. Kitts at 4:45 p.m. St. Kitts to Statia, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Leave St. Kitts at 9:10 a.m. Arrive on Statia at 9:20 a.m. Leave St. Kitts at 5 p.m. Arrive on Statia at 5:10 p.m. All flights arriving from St. Kitts continue on to Anguilla with connections to St. Martin. Do you have important documents or small items to transport to St. Kitts, Anguilla, or St. Martin? Well, inquire about our Transpac services. For further information on all our services, please stop by at our office at FDR Airport or call us at 318-0269. Trans Anguilla Airways, serving you with a smile.
when she steps in the
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggings Shopping Center.
And now for your treated weather forecast, we'll begin on station Sable. Tonight, Monday, September 2nd, late showers, temperatures of 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 60% chances of rain with the winds east-northeast at 19 miles per hour. Tomorrow on Tuesday, September 3rd, thunder showers, temperatures of 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 60% chances of rain with the winds east at 20 miles per hour. On Wednesday, September 4th, thunder showers, temperatures of 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 60% chances of rain with the winds east-southeast at 16 miles per hour. Moving over to St. Martin, tonight, Monday, September 2nd, late showers, temperatures of 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 60% chances of rain with the winds east-northeast at 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow on Tuesday, September 3rd, thunder showers, temperatures of 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 60% chances of rain with the winds east at 17 miles per hour. Then on Wednesday, September 4th, thunder showers, temperatures of 87 degrees Fahrenheit, 60% chances of rain with the winds southeast at 13 miles per hour. And that was it for another edition of CTC News Lives. Thanks again for joining us. We'll be back on Wednesday with more current updates. Until next time, do have a good one.